Step number 8 is to learn how to present the business in 3 separate distinct fashions and to then engage in that business building process. The first way to present the business is in a one-on-one. Very simple and easy to understand. It's when you meet with an individual candidate or prospect and describe to them the MonaVie opportunity. How does one do so? Your methods of conducting a one-on-one are quite simple. It is to meet together with that individual, having first properly invited them. You will learn at step number 7 how to properly invite. You learned at step number 7 how to select a preliminary information device. You've chosen a tool to let the tool talk, and that then grants us the opportunity to meet together and discuss the business. When we gather together to meet, remember that every single thing that we do is teaching our new proposed member what he or she must do. It must then be eminently replicatable. Should you make the mistake of meeting together and you describing the information top to bottom, perhaps you've got strong verbal skills, perhaps you have a lot of poise, confidence, and trust, so on. You know what? That does not transmit well to the next individual. When you meet together and do something so simple as turning the pages on the MVP flip chart, when you turn from page 1 to page 2 to page 3, when you point and describe the MonaVie product and read the print on the flip chart, when you point and describe what does it mean exactly to be involved in community commerce and you read the text on the flip chart, when you point to the various stories and history examples of MonaVie on the flip chart, then our new potential participant is learning what? Hey, I can do this. I can do it with my current set of skills. There is a tool that will guide me in the process. A one-on-one can be very, very effectively done, very, very effectively conducted by simply turning the pages on a flip chart. Eminently replicatable. One may meet together and in a one-on-one setting push play on the HBR DVD on a laptop computer. A very, very effective way to present the business on a one-on-one basis. What is a two-on-one? Very simple. It's when you and a member of your upline or a friend in the business meet together, you too, with a candidate on an individual basis. What is the power? The power and the strength in this setting is that you're given a chance to learn from a member of the upline. You've got the added support, the comfort, the exact same methods of delivering the business. What is the third method? And I will tell you that this is my preferred method. It's called a home business review. It's when we invite a handful of people to our home, and there's a right way and a wrong way to do everything. I think that having seven potential distributors, whether that be 7 individuals or 7 couples, certainly if it's a married individual, I would like to have both sides of the equation in attendance. It's when we have 7. Why is 7 the best? I don't know. I've done this for years and years and years. 7's what's the best. Here's what occurs. A properly conducted home business review will first of all have prospects in the room who want to be there. How do we know they want to be there? Because they were properly invited. They reviewed a preliminary information device. They listened to a CD. They watched a DVD. They know why they're coming. They know why they're there. In all likelihood, if it's a very early in your business development home business review, they're people who are there because they love you, and they will be so very, very forgiving and gentle of how you conduct the presentation. Now, there is a separate CD called HBR Basics that will describe the detail of how to effectively conduct a home business review. The purpose of this introductory message is simply to describe to you the 3 primary methods of presenting the business. They are a one-on-one presentation. One does so typically with a flip chart or perhaps by pushing play on a DVD. A 2-on-1 presentation, exact same methodology, except that now we have an added resource, an individual in the upline organization there to assist us and to guide us through the process, to provide that support, and to also help us in critique after those presentations to show us how we can do better. And what is a home business review? It is when you invite a group of people, typically about 7 potential distributors, to come to an environment, and here is where the home business review is what I describe as the basic leadership development factory of our entire company. This is where the baton of knowledge and leadership is gradually transferred. Those people that you see speaking with such brilliance on stage, I promise you, they started out being as nervous as you may be at the very first time that you invite a group of people over to your home, and suddenly it's you who are in some respects guiding the process. It's you that are pushing play on the DVD. It's you that's flipping the pages on a chart. You've taken ownership of the presentation. Just as nervous as you may be in that first presentation, so were those that you see today expressing themselves with such eloquence, competence, and poise on the major convention stages. Well, a home business review, as I stated, I consider this to be the foundational activity in growing your business. There is a separate CD called HBR Basics. I encourage you to listen to HBR Basics a minimum of 2 times before conducting your first home business review. It's my deepest belief and conviction. There are no new mistakes. There are new people making old mistakes and old people making old mistakes. We will show you the ways to make your first and every experience in conducting a home business review a positive one, a growing one, and a learning one that makes you closer and closer and closer to accomplishing your ultimate goals. Step number 8 is to learn how to effectively conduct the business. At this stage, simply write into the book the dates of your first 2 home business reviews to be conducted preferably in the next 14 days, and now commit to yourself that you will listen a minimum minimum of 2 times to HBR basics between now and that time, simply because I want to help you avoid common mistakes. I would like your very first and every subsequent experience in growing the business through home business presentations to be an extraordinary one.